I'm Mike Leone with DailyRoto.com. Excited to be here to talk to you about some of the new premium tools that we've added for our MLB DFS premium members. If you're not a premium member, you can go to DailyRoto.com/premium and select a package. If you are a premium member, just go to DailyRoto.com, make sure you're logged in, and if you hover over MLB, you'll see there's a new subheader here called Premium Tools, and underneath that, you have hitter splits, pitcher splits, and well hit ratings. These are three new tools we've launched that we're very excited about. We really think it's going to cut research time down for our subscribers. It's going to give them an edge and just make the lineup creation process a lot easier and a lot more efficient. So you can click on any of these individually, or you can click on Premium Tools, which is going to take you to a page that outlines all three of the premium tools that we've added. I'm going to talk to you about the pitcher splits tool today. So if you click on that, that'll bring you to a pitcher splits tool. And the cool thing about this is this has every pitcher, every starting pitcher and their splits versus right, left-handed pitching. You can view it by a variety of different ways and view it in terms of the advanced statistics that we often reference in the content. So the default page right here is going to give you all the pitcher splits since 2015 versus right-handed batters with a minimum of 20 batters faced, and the headers, of course, team, player name, but then you have everyone's FanDuel and DraftKings salaries. And then the weighted on-base average allowed. Weighted on-base average is a good all-encompassing offensive statistic. So it really helps you to identify what pitchers are allowing in terms of overall offensive production. The next statistic is ISO. This is slugging percentage minus batting average. So what it does is it strips out singles from the slugging percentage formula to give you a much better idea of a hitter's power. And K percentage is the pitcher's strikeout rate against whichever split that you're viewing this in. Walk percentage, same thing, but for walks. And then home run percentage is home runs divided by plate appearances viewed in a percentage form. So this helps you in two ways. One, you can use this tool to identify pitchers you might want to take. For example, if a pitcher is facing a right-handed heavy lineup, let's say Joe Ross is facing the Detroit Tigers, which he did earlier in the season. They've got a lot of right-handed batters. So we want to look at his splits versus right-handed batters, and we see he's been absolutely dominant. He has the lowest weighted on-base average allowed. He's got an amazing K to walk ratio. So versus a right-handed heavy lineup, we really would want to take Joe Ross. On the flip side, though, you can also use this tool as a way to identify hitters you might want to take. But all of these statistics are sortable, ascending and descending. So the default sort's ascending, but if we sort descending, we can see the worst pitcher splits against right-handed batters. So you see Tim Melville, Sean Manaea up there. And then on the right, all the way over to the right, you've got batters faced. So you get a good idea of the sample size. So if you want to filter out those guys with small sample sizes, you can click up here. You see the word min batters BF for batters faced, and that allows you to set a minimum number of batters faced. So maybe we only want to see guys that have faced at least 300 batters since 2015, right-handed batters. So we do that filter, and now we see the worst guys versus right-handed batters. Amazingly, Willie Peralta's in there, a guy who's really bad against lefties, and now we see he's struggling against righties too. So that's part of the reason he's been so terrible this year, and we continue to pick on him. You see CC Sabathia down here, 179 ISO, 3.7 home run rate allowed to right-handed batters since 2015. So that's a guy that we're picking on in terms of power. So as you can see, you can view things in a lot of different ways to allow you to identify both the pitchers you might want to take and the hitters that you might want to take against these pitchers, the guys that you really want to attack. But the default since 2015 and the ability to view things by different time frames is very helpful. So if we want the best sense of a pitcher's skill set, generally viewing larger sample sizes helps. You can view since 2013 or since 2014. It's going to automatically bring up those splits right there. If you want to see how a pitcher might have changed over time, skill sets do change. You can view the last X amount of batters faced, so last 100 batters faced, 250 or 500. If we look at the last 250 batters faced, we bring the minimum down to 200 batters faced. You can see versus right-handed batters. Chase Anderson's been terrible. It's a guy we talked about the other night that has reverse split, so we're fine picking on him in right-on-right matchups, and it seems like it's only gotten worse, so that kind of confirms what we thought about him. It's also very neat that you can click on the player's name, and if you do that, you can view their splits versus left-handed batters versus right-handed batters all in the same spot. You can see since 2013, and then also the last X batters face splits. So you can see the pitcher's skill over time, but then also how it's changed recently. And when we're talking about changed recently, a few things that we really like to zone in on are power and plate discipline. Because those tend to be more predictive of what might happen versus just batting average, which can be BABIP related. So we want to really focus on the ISO, the walk percentage, and the K percentage. And you see here, Chase Anderson's allowing more power and he's walking more guys. So we're more likely to put a little bit of stock into his recent splits than someone else where these numbers might be the same, but the WOBA is different just because of batting average of balls in play. To get back to the main pitcher splits tool, you just need to hit back on your browser up here. And one final feature that we want to show you is that it might be difficult to get a sense of just today's matchups if you're viewing every single starting pitcher in here. So we've added in a filter up here called probable. If you click on probable pitchers, now you're only going to see the pitcher splits for the probable pitchers for that day. Again, everything is still sortable, so you can see the highest weighted on base averages allowed, the lowest. You can view it versus left-handed batters. You can view it versus different time frames. And it's all going to keep this probable filter clicked, so you can continue to only focus in on the pitchers that are pitching on that particular day. Well, we hope you enjoy our new pitcher splits tool and it gives you an edge. Best of luck in setting those lineups.